Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be talking about scraping while you're driving. And Mika's going to help too, as she mauls Kevin. So, what usually goes on is as you're driving, sometimes you'll notice that you pick up a scraping noise, and you're like, oh, well, I just did my brake pads or something, it can't be that. Also, it's pretty easy to tell because if you apply your brakes and you hear squealing or scraping, that's a good sign that your pad might be gone. Same with drums in the back. But if you're just driving down the highway and you hear scraping, and if you hear almost like a warped scraping, meaning it's like that can be a wheel bearing, or it can also be a warped rotor. Usually you can tell if it's a warped rotor because you'll feel vibrations in the steering wheel. Next thing that we're going to go into is, let's say, brand new car like so, or something like that, and maybe you park on gravel, or you've driven down a gravel road, or maybe you just drove through a construction site, who knows. Sometimes you have rocks that get caught in these dust shields right here. Now be careful, if you've been driving your car, your brake rotor is going to be very hot. But you just grab this dust shield, which I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. That's that black rim behind your rotor, and you're going to flex it out. Literally grab it with your finger and flex it out. And when you do that, sometimes a rock will drop out, and this happens a lot of the time. Kevin just came here and we were going to investigate, and I said, I bet you it might be a rock in it, and sure enough, that's what it was. So that is one thing I will always say is a good thing to do. If you hear scraping while driving, if you can narrow it down to which side of the car it is, cool. If not, just go around and clean all your rotors. It's a good idea if you ever drive through gravel to do that, so that way it just does that. But yeah, that's your two main things. If you're driving well and you hear scraping from the front end, it's got to be something within that. If it's only when you're applying the brakes, chances are you might have something in your brake pad, or your brake pad is wearing down to the scrapers, and some of them have squealers. And then if you hear it and it's almost like a wavy scrape, you could also have a warped rotor. And of course, then there's your wheel bearing, and that is another one where it can scrape when the bearings start to go. But these are all things to definitely consider. Hope that helps you out. It's just a quick video. The dust shield is the biggest one because a lot of people think it's a far bigger issue than it is. And then if you take it to a mechanic, he's going to charge you $109 to flex your dust shields. Unless he's really nice and he just says, hey, and tells you what was wrong with it in the beginning. Anyways, I hope this video helps you out and gets rid of that scraping. Just like if it does, and subscribe for more.